What's going on, guys? It's J Cool here, bringing you a post SGDQ 2019 update video. So, it was just at SGDQ 2019 like 2 weeks ago. I would have made this video like a lot sooner, but got the GDQ flu pretty much right as I got home, so I'm better now, which is good, but still kind of recovering a little bit. But anyways, we're home now, and wanted to talk a little bit about GDQ itself, and not only the race, but like some of the just random stuff I did. I mean, it was an entire week. I was there pretty much the whole 7 days of the marathon and a little bit more, so I was able to do a lot, meet a lot of people, do a lot of things. It was really fun. It was like actually really fun. A lot cooler than I expected it to be even. But yeah, like first things first, I guess I'll talk about the race. For those of you who somehow didn't already know, I did a Sunshine any percent race with Quaniza on, I think it was Tuesday. I think it was like the Tuesday night or whatever for GDQ. We raced any percent, and that went really well. I thought it was a really fun and like entertaining race. Like neither of us played very well. Like we both kind of sucked, but I mean. What do you expect? I mean, it's a marathon run, and not even just a run, but a race nonetheless. So there was definitely some expectations of making a lot of mistakes, but otherwise, I thought the commentary and stuff was pretty good. Our performance was like not too bad. I mean, it seemed like everybody enjoyed what they saw, at least. Like being a little more specific, I guess. Like the commentary was like pretty like informative. Like there was a lot of explanations of different things, a lot of like random jokes here and there, random little funny statements. Like it was good. I thought everyone who was like on the mic said a decent amount. Like there was a lot of back and forth with a lot of things going on, along with the gameplay too. There was like me and Quaniza were very much kind of back and forth. Like if I remember right, earlier in the race, I think it was me that pulled ahead like a few of the times, and then I'd make like a big mistake here and there, and then he would come back up, and then I might pull ahead again, and then he was back, and then when we got like more near the end, it was kind of the opposite, where I made like a huge mistake, and he like pulled like way ahead, and we were kind of still like just kind of back and forth all the way through the whole thing. But like it was nice that it didn't end up being like one person was like 3 minutes ahead of the other guy the whole race, because it's not as interesting. It could still be pretty fun, but like I'm glad it didn't end up being like a full-on blowout or anything like that. But otherwise, yeah, I had a great time. Quaniza seemed like a cool guy. He was fun to race with. I'm glad that it worked out the way that it did. It was a blast, and like I said, it seemed like most people that watched it enjoyed it as well. So I'm glad that we got to take the opportunity to put on such a good show. I mean, it was dope. I loved it. It was awesome. But of course, as I said before, that was only like one small part of GDQ, because this GDQ was one I was kind of planning on going to, even regardless of whether or not I got a run in, because luckily it had worked out where I had some friends I was gonna carpool up there with to save a lot on travel costs as well as room costs. We were gonna room with those guys too, and that whole thing ended up basically working out perfectly. And my guys, Jets 2121 and the Lost Llama, we road trip together. It was like a 9-10 hour drive. Like it was pretty long from Indiana all the way up to Minneapolis, Minnesota. So it was a big one, but it was a lot of fun meeting those guys. They're some people I had known for many years. All three of us have speedrun multiple of the same games, usually monkey ball games. That's where I had initially met those guys, but like we have a lot of interests in common too. And we had met up at GDQ both with Flame 12 and Monkey SMB, and you might be able to guess what the SMB stands for. It's Super Meatball Mario Bros. What, Monkey Ball? That's what it is. Yeah, there. Monkey Ball as well. And Monkey already lived there, so he basically just was able to just drive on over and meet us there, and he was able to have a pretty effortless like trip, I guess, to meet us. And Flame, unfortunately, did still have to fly. Wasn't the most ideal, but I'm glad that all 5 of us were able to meet up. And kind of the same deal with them. I've known some of those guys for a long time on the internet. Like even Monkey, I've known since like 2013. So like being able to meet these guys in person was like such a unique experience. I've been to GDQ before, and I met people I knew online before, but to meet like what I'd consider pretty close friends, like in person, outside of Discord calls, like, is crazy. It was so weird. Like, actually be able to like see who I'm talking to, and have these people like be people I know so like fondly, like online. Like, it's crazy. It was like so much fun, and we were able to like do so much for that whole week. Like, there were so many games and stuff we played. Like, one of the main ones we did, of course, we did a lot of Monkey Ball, since that's what a lot of us know each other for, at least initially. Like, we play like a lot of like Nintendo stuff, but Monkey Ball was like the big one that all of us kind of at least kind of speedrun. Flame's still kind of getting into it, but the other guys at least, we were all pretty invested with it at one point or another. One of the big things we first did was doing competition mode in Monkey Ball. If you don't know what that is, it's basically you have 4 people all at once playing levels at the exact same time, trying to beat them first. Doing that in person with like people that aren't trash at the game was so much fun. Like, I never thought that we'd ever actually get to do something like that, but that was just crazy how fun that was. And similar to the competition mode, doing just the standard like 4-player challenge mode stuff with Monkey Ball 1 and 2. Like, a fun thing we were doing was we would have all 4 of us, or 5 of us, I guess. Like, we did this one thing where since there's 5 of us, you can only have up to 4. We would have 4 people start out, and every time someone lost a life, they would hand their controller to the guy sitting out. So you not only would we get all 5 of us playing, but you'd even be playing like different like characters than you even started with. And it was kind of funny to see us all like get to the end and see who the person was who ended up not being able to actually finish because they were the ones sitting out, and we called them the loser and made fun of them. But it was fun. It was a fun time. I ended up being that guy, unfortunately, but it was a good time. I still enjoyed it. And other than that, though, we met up with some other Monkey Ball players, Complex Plane and Patrice Inc. Those guys, Peter and Complex, were like super cool. I didn't even realize they were like going until I was like already there, but it was cool to meet up with those guys. And we did a lot of like races and stuff. Like, we did a lot of story mode races with them, since that's kind of like the thing at least we all know how to run. At least we ran it at some point, so we did like a good amount of those races, as well as the same deal with the multiplayer, like 3 and 4 player like races with each other. Like, not only did we have a 4-player run where we just like did, you know, just a standard 4-player run and timed it and see how fast we could do it, but we also did, was it 3 versus 3 or 4 versus 3 or something? It was something. I think we did 4 versus 4, but since there was only 7 of us, one of the people had 2 characters, I think, is how we did it. So you could have one person control like multiple with the same controller. So we had like a big race with just like 2 setups, 4 versus 4, and like I can't even. It was so much fun, dude. Like, it's so much fun, all of us being in person and doing that. In that same regard, we also had like a relay type thing where we got Zelda Cubed was another guy who we ended up running into, and he had played some Monkey Ball. Like, him and Flame are both like, they know the game a little bit, like they can beat it, but they don't have like insane knowledge on like speedrunning and like the game and stuff. Like, they might not have the utmost like insane skills to beat all the stages. So we had 2 teams relay, where obviously those guys weren't on the same team. Like, we kind of tried to balance it in a way that it would be, you know, as close as possible. Like, the top 2 would not be on the same team, the bottom 2 wouldn't be on the same team, and like we would have a story mode races where we'd have the first person do like the first 25 stages, and the next person would do the next 25. And since there's 100, it would work out that 4 versus 4. And the races ended up being like really close. Like it was really, really fun, like trying to cheer on like your teammates and stuff, like being a part of it without even having to really like do anything other than just for like, you know, your short section that you ended up doing. Like we had the more noob players do the earlier sections, and then the pros did obviously the later game stuff, since you got not only harder strats but harder levels to go through too. So that was a lot of fun. Like there was a lot of monkey ball stuff we did. That was like the majority of what we did, but all in all, like it was a great time. But of course I went to GDQ for Mario Sunshine, so there was a lot of Sunshine stuff in there as well. And like I said, me and my friends, like, those guys all know Sunshine a decent bit. Like, Monkey runs it. He has like a 130 or 40 something. Kind of sucks, but I mean, he runs it, so I mean, that counts. Jets and Llama kind of, they know stuff. They haven't really like done like official runs. They've done races before, but like neither of them have like even like a sub 2, let alone even a sub 3. Llama did get a sub 3 at the event, which I'll talk about in a minute, but like, so these guys, like, they knew some Sunshine, so we got together, and not just with them, but like there was a lot of Sunshine runners there. Like obviously the couch, we had Trey and JJ commentating the race with us, but there were other people like One Ups for Life, Strongman Lynn, there was Oat Flaker, Bry Guy, Cathalon. Thinking of names, dude. There was like so many people there that run Sunshine and know a lot about Sunshine. Like it was nuts how many people actually showed up. And like I hung out with some of them a little bit, but there was like just so many people. Like it was crazy. I don't know if there's ever been like such a big Sunshine community showing. But anyways, they got together, and it's kind of a tradition at this point that every single event they do, they always have a big Sunshine Any % race with all the Sunshine runners that are there, or basically anyone that's interested. And all of the people got together, and we had like a 20-something, 30-something people race. Like I think it was around like 25 or so. I can't remember. But there was a lot of people there, and it was super fun. Like I got my friends in on it too. Llama and Monkey and Flame, I think all were a part of the race too. Like I want to say, what did I get? I got like a 118 or something. Like it was better than my GDQ race, but it was still like it was not like the best run in the world. But one of the things with GDQ is you got to play on the CRT TVs most of the time, or the older TVs that are a little bulkier and they don't take like the higher quality inputs. I'm used to playing on HD TVs, so having the complete lack of input delay as opposed to the small amount I'm used to definitely throws me off, especially with the TVs also being like the picture on them, like I don't know if it's like gives me like a headache or like what, like it kind of like makes me dizzy. It's just like the colors are just not great. It's like harder to like play on those things. I'm sure I could get used to it. Maybe it was because I'm sitting too close to them or whatever, but like I had to, like, one of the biggest challenges for that GDQ run was trying to adjust to playing on those TVs quick enough to be able to perform in the race. And like, even though I didn't get a great time in the race, I did kind of go for like stupid stuff, like to look cool. Like, I guess I should have mentioned this earlier, but with the whole GDQ race, I was very much like my biggest goal with the race was to just have fun with it. Like, I didn't really care too much about the race aspect as much as I cared about the GDQ aspect, like make it entertaining, make it fun. So I did, you know, do kind of stupid things. Like, I didn't really play to win as much as I just played to have a good time. And I'm sure Quaniza did the same thing. But, I mean, I'm sure we would have gotten better than like 120 had we actually tried a little bit more. Like the Strat Enrico 3, the new Beyblade tech that was just found is a big example. Like, I would not have gone for that. I never messed with that crap, but it was awesome. I had to. It just looked so cool. And luckily, it worked out okay enough. But, like I said, I thought the showing was great. I thought it was so cool how we could show off so much and explain so much and have such a like good time, and it still all kind of worked out. Like, it was cohesive enough that it was like a good experience, I think, for everyone watching. Like, it was great, but I'm kind of jumping around here, but back to the community race. I got like a 118 or something. I think JJ won the race. He always wins those races. That guy is just consistency, like legend. I don't get it, dude. It's nuts, but I'm pretty sure he won that race too. And my friends, Llama just got sub 3. Like, he got like a 251 or something. Like, I had to teach him gelato skip at the event, which is like, it's the biggest skip in the game. Like, it saves like over 10 minutes, especially if you don't know what you're doing. It saves even more. And he was able to get it like 3rd try. Like, it saves so much time. And I was like, he literally had no idea how to do it, like 24 hours before the race. I had to like show him how to do it, and he sat there for like an hour just practicing it over and over and over until he could finally start getting the timing down and like getting inside the hut and getting the shine. So it was really cool to see him pull that off and actually get the sub 3, because he had only ever done like one race before that, and it was like the big race from 2015, like that had like 50 people in it. It was an online race, obviously, but like it was cool to see him do that. And then Monkey got like a 1.415x, something like that, I think. And then Flame got like a 3 something. Like, he really pushed forward. He did not know like hardly any strats. Llama didn't really either. Like, some of the more notable strats in Sunshine, you know, like Banana Clip in Serena 3 or Casino Skip in Serena 4. Noki, like 2, like the trampoline clip, like those kinds of things, those guys didn't all like really know. So, like, you can imagine, even just trying to play through some of the stuff casually was a little bit iffy, like trying to figure out how to do everything. So I was impressed that like they were able to still pull through and, you know, do as well as they did. So it was really cool to see that. But that community race was so much fun, like meeting people and all getting together in the same room and playing Sunshine, as opposed to all being in like a Discord call or something. Like, it was really cool being in person and having that experience. It was fun. Like, I loved it. It was super, super fun. So that was one of the other like big things we did. In terms of those people, like, I'm trying to think who I hung out with. Like, I hung out with 1UPS. 1UPS is a pretty cool guy. I ended up playing some games with him. Like, I think we played Mario Party a few times. Like, yeah, him and like Oatflaker, and I think Bry Guy did one of them. Strongman Lin was another one. That was another name. Yeah, like we did like the Super Mario Party on the Switch. We played like 5, I think, or something. It was fun. Like, I got to like talk to some of those guys a little bit more. It was really fun. I enjoyed it. It was cool to meet some of those guys too, especially some of the guys I didn't know like as well. It was like kind of cool to get to know them a little bit better, like especially in person too. I guess it makes it a little easier, you know, since a little more approachable since we're like in person. Like, it was cool. It was cool to do all that stuff. But yeah, 1UPS was one of the guys that I knew a little bit better, so I hung out with him a little bit. He's a cool guy, really, really cool. Me and him also did a race of, what was it, Sunshine Arcade, like the ROM hack thing. Like, that was me and him and Monkey did a race of that. And that hack is like, I mean, it's dope. So it was kind of fun to do that in person. None of us really know how to play it that well, but that was also a pretty cool thing. I did a lockout bingo with Bry Guy. Me and him teamed up against 2 people at home on Discord. Me and him did a 2v2 against 2 people at home, so that was cool. I never thought that would be something that we would do, but that was awesome. Like, lockout bingo, GDQ peeps versus non-GDQ peeps. We didn't win. We weren't even close, but hey, I mean, it was still pretty cool nonetheless. I mean, that was awesome to even do, so. Yeah, I'm trying to think of other things we did. Like I said, I hung out with my friends, you know, Llama and Jets and Monkey and Flame. I hung out with those guys a lot. They were like my definitely like close friend group at the event. Like, I know we did other stuff too. Like, we also played Mario Party. Like, of course you played Mario Party. I mean, how do you get with one of these like events and not have a bunch of Mario Party games going on? We played like all the GameCube games, like 7, 4, 6. Like, we did like a lot of them. And of course, you know, all the good moments that come with Mario Party came with those awesome games. And we did some Double Dash stuff. Double Dash was pretty dope because I know that Jets and Monkey especially know how to do play that game pretty well. Like they've done time trials and stuff before, so they like know tech kind of a little bit and like how to actually drive in that game. Like I know how to mini turbo kind of okay. Like I'm not really like a pro at that game, but we did a few All Cup Tour. I know we did at least 1 or 2 All Cup Tour races when we were there. That was fun. And we also did some of the local multiplayer. We did like the Bomb Battlefield. Yeah, Bomb like battles and balloon battles and the Shine Thief stuff. Like we messed with everything. Like it was so much fun. And even just doing the local like 4-player like races with each other. It's just so much fun. Like for Mario Kart like in person, it's like even though some of the stuff that you can do online, it's such a different experience with the people right next to you, like in the room, like as opposed to just being online. Like I can't stress enough like how cool that is and how like different it is. Like, it was cool to do that. We had like a bunch of stuff with that. We also watched the GDQ race for that with Goomba and Optimistic Emo. They had their All Cup Tour, or it wasn't All Cup Tour, it was just All Cups, like all tracks back to back like race on GDQ. We all went and watched that because, you know, we all like Double Dash. It was one of the few races we actually did watch at the event because I didn't watch anything at the event. That was like the only thing I watched, and that was awesome. I mean, it was cool to go watch that. So like that was a fun experience. But so we did some stuff with Double Dash. We did some Mario Baseball as well. I think like a couple of the guys did like 1v1 exhibition games. And we also did like some of like the Toy Field thing, which is like some like kind of like mini game where you have like 4 people and you just like hit the ball and like hit like certain like things and you get points and coins and there's items and other zany things. I don't know, it was cool. Like it was fun. We did that for a while. Other miscellaneous stuff. We did a 4-player monkeyed ball 2 run, the ROM hack monkeyed with a D at the end ball. It's a great name for a hack, but yeah, that was fun. We did me and Jets raced Adventure a few times since we're like some of the only people on planet Earth that know how to run that game. So Monkey Ball Adventure, that game's dope. But yeah, that was a fun thing to do. Mario 64, me and Monkey did some 70 star. I know we did at least 1 race of 70 star. We both sucked so bad at that game. That was, it was fun, but oh man, even though I used to run it, wow, that game is hard to play if you don't know what you're doing. But that was fun. And Smash, how could I forget Smash? We did Smash Ultimate, like a lot, like a good bit, like at least a few of the nights we did a lot of Smash Ultimate. And doing 4, 5, even 6-player Ultimate is so hectic and crazy. Like, there is no way you can do it and actually take it, like, seriously. It is so, like, just whack. It was so fun, though. Like, I don't think we ever really did get around to doing much 1v1s. I think it was mostly just free-for-all, but it was so fun. It was, like, stupid fun. Like, having 6 or 7 people all in one map, just throwing out random crap constantly. Like, it's just absolute chaos. It was so fun to do that. And also, yeah, playing Ultimate in person without the horrendously bad online input delay and lag. Oh my gosh, it's so much better, dude. I can't wait to actually play with real people again, not online, because oh my gosh, online is just trash. But yeah, that was fun to do the Ultimate races. I think if there's anything else. Like, in terms of games, I think that was mostly it. Like, that was already a lot of stuff, so there might have been a couple other things here and there. But we went out a few times, too. Like, there was a lot of, like, places to eat. Like, we ended up just, like, going to Dairy Queen a few times because it's close and it was cheap. But there was this other place called The Grind that had, like, really good, like, donuts and breakfast sandwiches and stuff we went to a couple times. It was dope. Like, it was good. I was one of the better places. Fridays, I think we went to Taco Bell, classic. Gotta go Taco Bell. Taco Libre, I think we went to. Was it like me and 1UPS and Monkey and Flame or something? We went there. That place was pretty good too. We also, like, we just went and got, like, food too sometimes, because, like, going out to eat for every meal is kind of bad, like, in terms of money and health. So we, like, went to just the grocery store and just got some, like, snacks and, like, some fruit and stuff, you know, because we're healthy, you know. Some water, because we drink water. It was awesome. We got some good stuff, man. We went to the Mall of America. That was awesome. The Mall of America, dude. That place was just huge. I had never been there before. If I ever have, I don't ever remember. I think that was my first time ever going. That place was like nuts, dude. They have like a whole like amusement park like built into the place. It's crazy how big it is, and how many like stores and crap they cram into that place. Like there was like 4 of the same store like we passed by. Like, whoa, it's Lids. I saw that like 5 times already. Like, holy crap, how big is this place? I don't know if we were just going in circles or what, but that place was just humongous. It was fun. We looked around at some cool shops and stuff, found some cool things. I didn't really buy anything. I did buy Mario Maker 2. Yeah, I bought Mario Maker 2 when I was there. We went there the day that game came out, and I figured I wanted a physical copy, and it's better to like get it now than to just get it online or whatever and wait for it to ship, like, because that's probably what I would do if I was at home. So I went ahead and just bought it before we left. I didn't even end up playing it till I went home, but that was kind of dope. So got Mario Maker 2. I think that was mostly it for going out. I know we tried to like do this like Top Golf thing, but like it was like a 3-hour wait or something, so we just ended up not doing it, and we just ended up like going back. Most of the stuff we did was in the hotel for the most part, like hanging out like in the practice room and tournament room and stuff mostly. The tournament room was like the go-to, even though we didn't ever do a tournament, because the casual room was just loaded with people, and the practice room sometimes wasn't, but a lot of the time was just stuff with people. But the tournament room wasn't used that much. Like there wasn't usually that many setups being used. Like there was almost always multiple that were free, so that's where we went most of the time if we wanted to do like multiple setup type of stuff. Otherwise, we would hang out in the room, and you know, if we only needed one Wii or whatever, then we would just hang out in there and play games there. And there was a lot of fun moments in the room, dude. It's like, I think about some of those stupid moments we have where we're just like in a Discord call like late at night and we're all just being absolutely stupid and idiotic, dude, and like having that in person, it was so good, dude. It was so good. Some of just the stupid crap that we would say and do, like just hanging with the boys, man. It was dope. It was a good time. Like, all in all, like, as I've said pretty much 100 times, like, just meeting those guys in person was so cool. And, like, going home, it's like, it's so, like, it was so weird, like, coming back home and not being around, like, people, like, all the time. Because at home, I guess I'm a lot more isolated, you know, just in my house, you know, doing things. Especially since it's summer right now, and I'm not really doing anything other than, like, streaming and stuff. Like, it was nice to be able to have that week where I'm just around so many people, especially people that are, like, of similar interests as me. Like, it was really cool to have that experience, and I would love to go back again. I know some of my friends are already talking about trying to make it work again next year. Since it's going to be in the same place, more or less, like, it's going to be Minnesota still, so the car trip thing could still work and save us a lot of money to go back there. And the drive wasn't that bad, especially, like, hanging with the boys and listening to bangers and stuff the whole way. Like, it was fine. Like, the drive wasn't even bad at all. So it was fun, dude. It's like weird to think that, like, I only like see those guys like once in like the several years I've known them, that was like the first time I'd ever seen them. Because, like, by the end of the week, it just, like, it felt normal. Like, it was weird. So going back home all of a sudden was just, like, everything was so out of place. It's like, whoa, I'm talking to people on Discord now. Like, this is crazy. Like, what happened? I don't know, dude. It was just fun. I had been to a GDQ before, like I said, but this one, like, pretty much blew it out of the water. Like, I had people to hang out with at GDQ, but I didn't have people that were, like, super close friends to hang out with last GDQ. So that, I think, made a big difference, I think, going this time around. It was really cool to actually always kind of have something to do. Like, I never felt like I was, like, wandering around just kind of bored. Like, that did happen sometimes at the last GDQ, so I pretty much avoided that this time around, and it was all around really, really good. It was a fun experience. I could recommend it. Pretty much anybody. Go if you can. It's fun to go to these kinds of events, and it definitely was something that I'm probably going to remember for a long time. So I don't know if there's really anything else I have to say. I mean, that was the absolute like bulk of it all, I suppose. Again, shout outs to my friends and stuff for being there, as well as all the other cool people that I ran into. I know I didn't even mention, but I definitely ran into like a lot of people and at least said hi, if not more. But like, if I had to like think what I could have done differently or like what I'll do next time, definitely try to like meet more people. I definitely kind of stuck with my friend group more often this time around. I don't know if it was like a comfort thing or what, but it's just like what I did. There was a lot of cool people there that would have been nice to talk to more, so maybe I'll try to do that more next time and get to expand my social circle, you could call it. I don't know. I'm so antisocial normally, so it was kind of crazy doing this, you know. So it made sense. I kind of was like stuck with my friends most of the time. But yeah, that's one thing I maybe do differently in the next one. But otherwise, funds and stuff worked out great. Like it was pretty cheap, only a few $100 for the whole thing. It wasn't too bad. So that's majority of my thoughts. I mean, now that I'm home, I'm still kind of sick. You might hear me like sniffing a little bit. So like I'm mostly good though. I'm back to streaming Sunshine runs and stuff. Still going for any % record. You know, still on the grind, kind of. We're going places, I hope. But otherwise, I've been wanting to do more YouTube stuff. Like, it took me even a while to make this vlog, but I've been wanting to make more YouTube videos again. I have a somewhat kind of big project related to Sunshine in terms of a video that I'm working on. Been working on for what feels like forever now, but I have that as well as other plans in the future I'll probably eventually get around to making, so definitely haven't forgotten about YouTube for good yet. So we're still on the grind. I've got plans to come. And otherwise, yeah, I mean, streaming on Twitch, so hit me up there if you want to keep up with me. I got a Discord. Join that, I guess, if you want to. I don't know, follow me on Twitter. All the usual stuff. And yeah, anyways, this was about 20 minutes longer than I thought it was going to be, but if you watched this far, then you're awesome, I guess. You're just a cool guy. I appreciate you. So yeah, thanks for tuning in, and I'll catch you all in the next one. So yeah, peace out.